Moving to the functions of RBI, the first one is to issue currency notes. As we know, RBI is the monopoly institution for issuing currency notes in India. It will have two departments, that is the issue department and the banking department. The issue department is in charge of currency issue. Also, the issue department will maintain a currency chest with the bank branches of SBI, government treasuries, sub-treasuries, and public sector banks. Now, what is a currency chest? Currency chests are boxes where stock of notes and coins are kept. So, these currency chests will be maintained by RBI at the branches of SBI, government treasuries, etc. Then we also have banking department with RBI, which manages the seasonal fluctuations in currency circulations. Also, we should note that the bank follow the minimum reserve system of note issue. That is, the RBI will keep a minimum reserve of 200 crore, out of which 115 crore are to be kept in the form of gold reserves and balance 85 crore in the form of foreign exchange reserves. This is done in order to issue currency notes. The RBI also act as the banker to the government. That is, the RBI is the banker of the government. It maintains and operates the deposit account of central government as well as the state governments. Then it also receives and makes payment on behalf of the central and state governments. It manages public debt and issue new loans and treasury bills to the central government. It advances money to the central government in times of emergency. Also, we should note that the loans and advances given by the RBI to the central government for short period is called ways and means advances. Okay, so WMA, ways and means advances. It is the short-term loans given by the RBI to the central government for a short period of time. Then also it provides fund remittance facilities to central government and state governments. Then it also acts as an advisor to the government on all financial matters, formulation of 5-year plans, resource mobilization, etc. Then it also represents the government of India as a member of IMF and IBRD or World Bank. RBI will be representing India in IMF and IBRD. Then the next function is that the RBI also act as the banker's bank. That is, it is the main bank for the other bankers. How does RBI act as a banker's bank? That is, it keeps reserves of all the commercial banks. As you know, we have the CRR and SLR rates, which is compulsory to be maintained, and the RBI will be keeping these reserves of commercial banks. Then it serves as a lender of last resort. If the bank is in need of emergency funds, then RBI will lend money to the commercial banks. Then also it provides clearance and remittance facilities to commercial banks at centers where it has offices and branches. Then if the commercial banks wish to discount any bill of exchange, then the RBI also facilitates the same. They will discount or rediscount the eligible bills of the commercial banks so that they can avail funds through the source. Then RBI also controls and manages the foreign exchanges. That is, the RBI is entrusted with the task of controlling and managing the country's foreign exchange reserves and also to maintain external value of Indian rupee. It is RBI that controls the receipt and payment of foreign currencies. Foreign currencies received by persons in India are required to be sold and exchanged for Indian currencies either to RBI or to the approved commercial banks. Then the next function of RBI is credit control. That is, the RBI controls the availability of credit in the Indian economy. Suppose in cases where the RBI feels that in order to boost economic development, suppose if the RBI feels that more finance need to be pumped into the economy, then they want they want more credit to be made available to the public. So what they can do is, we already saw in the credit creation process, that is, the RBI can lower the reserve requirements so that more credit can flow into the economy. At the same time, if the RBI does not want, or if the RBI want to reduce the flow of funds into the economy, then they can stringent the rules. That is, they can increase their requirements so that lower will be the amount of credit that will be going to the public through commercial banks. So all these things are done by RBI. Then also RBI does collect data and publish them through journals. RBI also collects statistical data and economic information through their Department of Economic Analysis and Policy. And they create researches, or they review the financial and banking conditions, and they present journals, or they publish journals based on these data, so that the public will have a clear idea about what is happening in the economy. The Reserve Bank of India bulletin is there. Then report on trends and progress in the banking in India. There's an annual subscription. All these things are there, and these are the publications of RBI. Okay, so RBI again is also engaged in the function of collecting and dissemination of vital economic information and financial data to the public. Apart from all these functions, they also do a lot of developmental and promotional functions, such as providing training facilities to the banking personnel at different levels through training institutions set up by RBI. Then the RBI channelizes credit to priority sectors like agriculture, then small scale industries, etc. Then it makes institutional arrangement for rural and industrial finance by setting up various cells and institutions under its control. It assists the government in economic planning and takes suitable steps to improve the working of the Indian money market. Then RBI appoints committees from time to time to inquire into the problem of money and banking and suggest measures to resolve these related problems. So these are the functions of RBI.